Hey guys, hope everyone's well. It's your boy M.K.S here, back in another video. Hope everyone's sorry. Hey guys, hope everyone's well. It's your boy M.K.S here with another video. Messed up the intro, but anyway, not sure if I messed this one up because I decided to do another one of my list form videos, so that's why I put one in brackets. But I hope I can come up with 30 ideas. As I generally try, and I did hope to have done better I would hope to have done better in my speech, but also in August, because my birth month, I often talk about, like, I would have liked things to have gone a bit better, but anyways, it is what it is, I suppose. Hopefully the next few days will be better, and my birthday's is in like 4 days time, on the 29th, today being the 25th, so I suppose maths is not my strong point, but I'm sure that counts as 4 days. Anyway, 4 more sleeps to go or something like that, but not looking hugely forward to it, because I would have liked to achieve more by now, but hopefully I'll do a lot for charity. And as I said, I did want to do more of my ideas, but I didn't quite get around to them. But anywho, so here goes my ideas for what I was thinking about recently, which is Africans to practice for at least an hour a day in technology, like coding, programming, and stuff like that. So here goes. So number one, I dream for to encourage as many people from Africa as possible, to practice for at least an hour a day in, as I say, in programming, coding, or anything to do with tech. To an extent, also Aborigines or Maoris, people from Indigenous Australasians, to also practice for at least an hour a day to do with tech. Number two, I thought recently as well, another idea I had recently was the idea about Africans practicing at least an hour a day in tech. I think I came up with that idea in June or July. But this idea I thought about Africans learning to make plans for business, or young girls, especially in Africa, to learn about planning for the future, planning for future careers in business and tech. And I thought the name of the group could be called Plan, but there is already a charity called Plan International. Unfortunately, although it was probably only part of their organization, but they were involved in a scandal, unfortunately. The other thing is, I suppose it's not that much of an original idea, because the idea already exists, Plan, but I think they focus mainly on education or empowerment in other ways. Maybe I could even, although I know they were, at least part of their organization was involved in a scandal. Hopefully it doesn't include the whole of their organization, of course, but they did lose a lot of funding because of it. So I hope that in the future organizations like that and Oxfam will look at how to ensure that there is child protection as well, and training for child protection and things like that, especially when you're working with young people, young and vulnerable people. So hopefully that's another thing that could perhaps be taught, is how to keep children safe, including online and that sort of thing, and avoid predators or things like that. So that's another thing I hope to network with other people with, and hopefully encourage people to teach for Africa, and young African and Aborigine and Maori girls to learn about technology and that sort of thing. And number three, an idea I know I've talked about before, but as ever, I'd love to hear your thoughts on each of these ideas, or whatever you want to comment. Tea for technology for Africa, I still hope to develop that idea. I was hoping to have perhaps been more organized in August and sort of plan for this, but tea companies or brands that deal with tea, that sell tea bags or whatever, have any sort of dealing with basically tea brands or whatever you call them, as giving as much of their profits as possible towards, or at least certain tea bags, they give maybe 10% or more of their profits from each sale of those tea bags towards the development of African and Aborigine and Maori tech, or black people around the world, especially girls, black boys and girls, young people, especially, and in particular in Africa, and Aborigines and Maoris learning about tech. And I even had this outlandish dream where I was hoping that companies would give all their profits from August, that whole month, towards August could be philanthropy month, where companies could give their month's profit towards these charities and use it as part of their PR. But I know that would only benefit really big companies, so that could be a problem with that one. Smaller companies couldn't really afford to do that, I suppose. So I suppose that would favour big companies, but at the same time, it would help a lot of people if that money was targeted and hopefully on my birthday and on Sunday as well, due to my alliterations and patterns and things, general patterns and things like that. I hope to talk about like African girls and Aboriginal girls and again Indigenous Australasian girls, especially, and boys as well, but especially girls, to be empowered through STEM and learning about STEM and things like that. Again, I'd love to network with as many people as possible, charities, NGOs, and that sort of thing, to mentor and train and teach and go and volunteer across Africa. And I think it'd be really important to make sure, obviously, that there's no more scandals that have been involved in these charities, to make sure that the children involved are protected, and like the people who go there are monitored, and people ensure that they are genuinely trying to help those charities and things like that. But yeah, so I think it would be good if people who have good intentions, obviously, go and mentor and teach and train and volunteer, and like projects like that. And again, working with organisations like Oxfam and Plan, but also like organisations which can teach how to keep children safe online, and that sort of thing. Number 5. Hopefully, like for Christmas this year, I was hoping like instead of people giving like presents or even like, because I'm not really that materialistic, as I talked about before, like I'm hoping like for Christmas, instead of giving me a present or buying me stuff or giving me money or anything like that, people would give donations to the advancement of African tech specifically, and to an extent Indigenous Australasians to also be empowered in STEM and things like that. Excuse me, and tech generally, especially. Number 6, again, I hope that by working together we can help more people. And again, I hope that as many people from Africa as possible train in technology, and also like for at least an hour a day, or preferably as many hours as they can. And also, again, people go in there and teaching them and training them for at least an hour a day, perhaps for a certain period of time. And there can be lots of programs like that with volunteers, as I say, and teachers and mentors and big tech companies going over there and training people. And also like people from Africa who know about tech, and once they learn, can also teach other people in technology. Number 7, I hope to share this video with as many African groups as possible, and especially Pan-African groups and things like that. So hopefully they can network together and encourage people who want to support Africa to network together to support African tech. Number 8, again, this is one of my main passions, that to help Africa as much as possible again, and to a lesser extent Indigenous people from Australasia. And I think it'd be great if like people of colour, especially black people and my fellow mixed race people, would go to parts of Africa and train and support them as much as possible, or at least offer donations and things like that if we can, that we know are going to be targeted specifically to buying PCs, laptops, training materials and things like that. But if we can also like going and volunteering our time to train people, especially like mixed race or black people, or even other people of colour or other groups that are skilled in technology and want to see Africa do well and advance. But again, like companies like Microsoft or Apple or IBM, companies like that could perhaps have training programs where they send tech experts, I sometimes call them, to go to parts of Africa and train people, again, especially young people, but again, ensuring that there's child protection and that kind of thing as well. But yeah, training as much as possible in like all sorts of areas of tech, like programming, coding, website design, and all sorts of things like that. Number 9, hopefully again teaching especially young girls, how to plan for the future, like have 5 or 10 year plans and things like that. And number 10, starting from the youngest possible age. Again, I hope main message of this video is, I hope that Africans will practice for at least an hour a day, like learning and developing, learning whatever they can for at least an hour, as many hours as possible, in one of the key areas of what's going to be so important in the future, or even it's so important now, like technology. So I hope to network with other people who want to see Africa do well in technology. Anyway, hope I wasn't waffling too much as ever, and peace and love.